Again, that is Republican Dan Crenshaw. He won Congressional District 2 against Democrat Todd Litton. So we are live from the Houstonian tonight. We'll send it back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Ivory. Now it's time to talk to some of the people who went into the polls and pulled the lever. We're talking to young voters, some millennial. We're going to begin with Michael Anderson. What motivated you to get involved and go out and vote in this election?
Well, that's an easy question, Isaiah. I would say freedom, personal freedom, and economic freedom made me get out and vote.
You sound like a Republican, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. A liberty Republican, a libertarian Republican is what I like to say.
All right, let's move on to Usman Sheikh. And you're a Democrat. Tell us what motivated you to get involved and vote this election.
Well, first of all, it's my first time voting, so that's always
How exciting was that for you?
Very exciting. It's like a rite of passage because it's our right and it's our civic duty. The second thing was, or second two things were healthcare and guns. I lean left on healthcare, but I lean right on guns. So that's what my ballot reflected.
All right, let's bring in Louis LaRota, who is a Republican, who's finally getting on the air. So what motivated you to vote?
Economics. The way the country was headed in 2008 really set a negative trajectory for everyone in America, Democrats, Republicans, migrants. So we need a strong and vibrant economy so that we can face the threats that come overseas or threats that might be internal. Either way, you have to have a strong economy, and I think everybody in the country knows that's important.
All right, Chase Bradstreet.
Hello there.
So what motivated you to get out to vote and give us your party affiliation?
I am a longtime Republican. I am motivated by a desire to return this country to its constitutional government, where the federal government only exercises those powers which are specifically enumerated to it. And that drives all of my political calculations.
Next, and give us your name and your party affiliation and what motivated you to vote in this election.
All right, my name is Jobert Jobert, and my party affiliation is Republican. And what motivated me was to make sure that President Trump's Make America Great Again agenda is pushed forward and is, moved into 2.0 version of what it originally was supposed to be, making sure that, every Republican we could get on the ballot got on the ballot. That's what really mattered to me, is just to make sure that those things were, put on the forefront of the.
Well, we got you. Also, let's pass the mic back to Michael Anderson here. When it comes to voting straight party ticket, was that something you did, or you wanted to go individually and pick the people you thought best suited the position for you and your best interests?
I think certain people feel comfortable with voting straight ticket. I'm someone that does not. Like I said, I value personal freedom and economic freedom. So when I go into the voting booth, I vote for libertarians, Republicans, and even some Democrats if I think that they stand with me and that we share principles. For example, Governor, I voted Mark Tippett. Senator, I voted Ted Cruz. It really depends on the issue and where I think we can stand together.
Any disappointments for you tonight when you look at the election results as a young person?
A little bit, because like Michael, I'm also, I guess I don't vote straight party. And so I voted, for example, I did not vote for the incumbents in the lieutenant governor and the attorney general races. And so I really wanted a change in there. And for my House seat, I voted for the incumbent, and unfortunately he lost. That was Culberson. So a little bit of disappointment, but I mean, change is inevitable.
Let's go to Louis there. When you take a look at the election that we're faced with, we saw more young people getting out to vote. And they said young people would make the difference in this election. Do you feel like you as a young person and this whole panel here, that you guys made a difference in this election and you were heard by the public and the country?
That's a tough question. I think we need to get more people involved, especially younger people. I think the people that are involved are impactful. It's usually a small, tireless minority that makes the greatest impact in anything political. So I'm happy about that. I would like to see more people get engaged. I love seeing people from U of H, all the schools from Houston. It makes a big difference, and absolutely every vote matters. You may not align with my beliefs or maybe anyone here's beliefs, but your voice has to be heard.
All right. We want to thank you guys for joining us here on The Factor Uncensored. We're going to take a quick break here, and we're going to go live to the John Culberson campaign, where we will hear from him now.
In order to make it possible for me to be successful as your representative since 2001. Everyone who hosted an event, who block walked, who made phone calls, who